Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Reggina Aulia Yusuf from Islamic Religion Class RE with student number 120280050, and I will recite the Quran Surah Al-Ghasiyah verse number 17 until 20. A'udzu billahi minasyaitonir rajim. I seek the refuge with Allah from a cursed Satan. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, most merciful. Afala yanzuruna ilal ibli kaifa khuliqat. Then do they not look at the camels, how they are created? Wa ila samai kaifa rufi'at. And at the sky, how it is raised. Wa ilal jibali kaifa nusibat. And at the mountains, how they are erected. Wa ilal ardi kaifa sutihat. And at the earth, how it is spread out. Sadaqallahul azim.
Al-Ghasiyah, the overwhelming event. This surah is one of the Meccan surahs, based on ayat I have recited before, verse 17 until 20, which mainly contains about monotheism, with reference to the creation of the sky, the earth, and the mountains. Men should consider these wonderful matters as admonishment. Those verses refers to the knowledge of Allah, the necessary key that enables us to obtain those blessings. In these verses, 4 examples of Allah's sign of power in His wonderful creation are mentioned: camels, sky, mountains, and the earth. Meanwhile, they point to Allah's endless power, which can be a solution to the question of resurrection. And now, I'm going to explain the content of Surah Al-Ghasiyah, especially verse number 19.
وَإِلَى الْجِبَالِ كَيْفَ نُصِبَتْ.
And at the mountains, how they are erected. Mountains, whose underlying formation have joined to each other and have formed a shell over the earth, work like a shield against the inner shaking resulting from molten lava and other fluxes and refluxes produced by the gravities of the moon and the sun. If the mountains, as the safe shelters and storm controllers, were not on the ground, there would be only deserts all over the earth. Mountains store wholesome water for both human and green plants. High mountains also symbolize grandeur and generosity, as well as grace and blessings. Perhaps this is why man can meditate and contemplate there better than at any other place. And perhaps it was for some reason that the Holy Prophet spent a lot of his time praying in Jabal An-Nur and the cave of Hira in the side of Mount Hira near Arafat before his appointment to prophecy. The term nasabat is based on nasb, which means to place, fix, erect, and is made touch on the condition of the creation of the mountains at the beginning. The science of geology considers some various factors for the formations of different kinds of mountains. First, mountains are formed by faults in the earth. Second, mountains are formed by volcanoes. Third, mountains can form by erosions. And the last, mountains are formed in the seas by sediments and the remains of animals. Each of these ideas is noteworthy for formation, merit, and grandeur for mountains. They are good signs of Allah's power for those who paid careful attention. In addition, here is a question about what kind of relation between these 4 things that mentions in 17th until 21st: the camel, the sky, the mountains, and the earth. In his commentary, Fakhr Razi says, this is because the Quran was revealed in Arabic language. Arabians often traveled here and there since they didn't have enough farmlands and agricultural products of their life. Those trips were made on camels. When they were traveling in the frightful lonely desert, where there was no habitant to talk with and nothing to look at or listen to, they would contemplate on. The wonderful camel, the only animal they were riding on, the sky, the only fault they could see above them, the mountains they had on their right and left, and the earth their only companion when they looked down. It seems as if Allah makes them contemplate on these four things naturally when they are alone. Like the word look in the 17th verse, it doesn't mean a simple look, but it means a careful look with deep contemplation. And this is how Allah commands us to always pay attention and think of His creation. May Allah bless us. Jazakumullahu khair. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.